Hello and welcome back for another clarinet tutorial from Nottingham Music Excellence. My name's Chris Allison and I'm going to play this great piece in the clarinet grade 1 ABRSM syllabus. It's in the C3 list and it's called Chimpanzee Cha 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 by James Ray. A cheeky little tune, this one, so I hope you enjoy the tutorial. Here we go. Okay, so you've heard the music. Let's say a few words about the detail of the piece and what you need to do to make this sound really awesome. So I think you can't help playing this with a bit of a smile. I think this is such a cheeky little tune. I think this is absolutely perfect for grade 1. It's another James Ray blinder, I think this is. There's just something about it that's got the simplicity, but it's just so spot on for grade 1. I just love the rhythmic accuracy of it. And also that middle section where you can just play slightly longer notes and practice these throat notes. I think that's going to catch people for grade 1, but I think it's just perfect. You know, it's great. So if you've chosen this for grade 1, awesome. So let's have a look at the detail then. So let's talk about the piano first. So it says a steady cha-cha-cha tempo. So you've got whole 4 bars here to really pick up on. Let's just play a little bit of the piano part and so you should be able to really pick up on the crotchet pulse there, really good. So if the piano sets a really clear pulse here, if the piano is going dud dud dud, then you've got to match your playing as well to match that piano part, haven't you? So you've got to be really good, clear rhythm, clear staccato. And really use that accent. I think that accent at the end of the line or the end of the 2 bars is kind of like the cheeky bit, isn't it? It kind of just stabs out at you slightly. Da, da, dum. So that's kind of like, you could call it your surprise note. So you're going to surprise people with that accent. So that's kind of the main theme for the first section. And just be careful because on the accompaniment and for the exam, of course, you won't do that first repeat. You won't do the first time bar. You'll just go straight on to the second. So don't fall for that one. And then you both piano and clarinet, if I remember rightly, have got 2 crotchets off there just after the second time bar. So you've really got to place that one carefully in your mind and get it in sync with the piano. So after you've done your second time bar, rest, rest, bop, bop, bop. So you've got to be really careful how you place those there with the piano. And then 2, 3, 4. Now this bit I think is great. I think it's just such a nice contrast to what you've just played. And it gives you a really good opportunity to practice these throat notes. I mean, actually from B flat to E, it's actually one of the hardest things you can do on clarinet in some ways. Because going from that to that, luckily it's not actually slurred from the B flat to E. You can actually tongue the E as an accented note. So that does help you out a little bit. If it was slurred, you'd be in trouble, I think. So just be careful with that. And I think as you play the F, as you're on the F there, don't have those fingers like too far away from the instrument. When I play my B flat, I play it slightly different because I add a few notes to improve the resonance of the note a little bit. So I keep my fingers closer. Maybe that's cheating, I'm not sure. But if you're just doing the standard sort of fingering for the B flat, those two buttons there. So, but use that again, use that accent to really clarify the phrasing detail, and it will just help you point that note and really go for that lower notes. So just try not to. That's the last thing you want to do in your exam, isn't it? Is squeak on that E. So place though, just really get used to those fingerings. And then the next one going down to the D, which is perhaps maybe slightly easier. Again, when you're on that A key, again, this is really key here. Key. When you're on the A key, make sure you're sort of twisting onto that A key. Try not to use the finger like actually pressing the key like that, because then it's a long way to get down for the D. So make sure when you use that A key, you're sort of twisting onto the bottom bit of the A key so that it's a little bit easier to get down for that next note. And I think, again, if you can get that right in these early stages of playing, it will, it will help so much as you go through the different grades and different pieces of music. So A to D there, so E, A, D. I'm bubbling all over the place today. You could just isolate that movement, actually, just practice it without the tongue, couldn't you? You could go, maybe try the F to B flat. That's a bit harder. If you go from E to B flat, that's a bit nasty. But just isolate some of those fingering patterns, come away from the music and just try and examine what actually is quite tricky about that passage. But I think that's a really great bit to play. And then it finishes with, and we've got that big accent at the end of that phrase. And then we're back onto our cheeky little chimpanzee. And then we're back onto that again, hopefully on home ground. And again, for the end, just be careful that you count those two crotchets really carefully, the rests. Rest, rest, bum, bum, bum. So again, I think that's all I need to say on the detail in this one. But I think that's a really super piece to do for grade 1. It's just got the right elements in there for long-term successful clarinet playing. It's got everything not everything you need, but it's certainly got a good start. So I think that's it for the technical details. If you did like the video, of course, then smash that like button if that's something you do when you watch YouTube videos. If you want to ask me any questions, of course, you can do in the comment section. I've left the details of the video and the timestamps are in the description. Also, my website address is on there if you want to contact me. I do lessons here at home in Nottingham, and also I do lessons on Zoom. So I think that's it for this one. So I've uploaded 2 versions of the piano accompaniment, the version that I played along with, so you can use that for your performance grade or whatever, if you want to, or just practicing at home. And there's also a slightly steadier tempo version as well if you want to play along at a steady, slightly slower speed. So choose the one that suits you. But that's it for this one. I'll see you on the next video. Bye!